Wow. Where do I even begin, honestly? So a friend of mine introduced me to the enzymes, and I didn't even really know what enzymes were exactly. Like I had heard of them, but I didn't know how important they were to the body functioning and thriving. And so I did the 12-hour intestinal cleanse first, and that was amazing. That was my first experience of it, and I had so much stuff come out, and I did my best. Like I followed it, like I stayed off of my phone and like went on walks because like I had heard stories of like people like that stuff affects it. And so I had a lot of stuff come out. It was amazing and horrible at the same time. Like every time I went to the bathroom, I was like, oh my God, what's gonna come out now? And I had a bunch of stuff come out. This like orange spongy looking stuff, a bunch of mucoid plaque, and then there was this worm that was like it was about like this big around, and it was maybe like 14 to 16 inches about, and it had a tail, and it was insane, and I felt amazing afterwards. And I had stuff, and then since then I've done a few other ones with like stuff coming out up to 3 days later because I'll like stick to a raw vegan or juicing after that. But it was really it really helps my mental body a lot. Like I feel like that's one of the main reasons I like to do cleansing is because it helps my mental body. But I mean, it helps everything because it's all interconnected. It helps, like when I'm taking these enzymes, like my meditations are deeper and like I have less cravings for food. And yeah, then another thing I wanted to share too was well, absolutely 100% physical transformation with my body and my organs. Um, so I went a while and didn't have them after that, and I kind of started to notice my belly. Like for a long time, my belly was just like kind of hard. I just like kind of had a hard belly. And so my friend who I was with for like a month, he was just like feeding me these enzymes every day. And by the end of the month, my body was like completely different. Like my stomach was like soft again and my organs were communicating with each other again. And yeah. Yep. So I think just like full spectrum, like physical, absolutely 100% is a transformation and mental. And yeah, like I said, it's all connected.
Things come out that way.
Yeah, I had done, I did a juice fast like 2 years ago, 45-day juice fast to get mucoid plaque out. And one of the things that I've realized with the ZenCleanz, first of all, it's like if you want to get mucoid plaque out, like I recommend definitely doing at least, honestly, I've done 3 of the intestinal cleanse and I've had mucoid plaque come out in every one. So
Different
yeah.
spectrums.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, they're both incredible. Like the juice fasting is a completely other, like a completely different kind of experience where I was feeling the highest I've ever felt in my life. But when you're only having like juice for however long, I did mine for 45 days. Um, but I mean, they're just kind of different practices. But if you just want to get it done and get the job done, like the Zen cleanse just makes more sense. And I was spending probably about $25 a day on juicing. So like juicing was like a way more expensive way to do it. Yeah, way more expensive way to do
Right?
it. Oh yeah, totally. After my first Zen cleanse, it was like I think it was like 2 days after maybe, and I was just like laying in the bathtub, like completely blissed out, and just like started to like feel in tune with like the extra space in my body, and like realizing that like there's this extra space that had just been like all jammed up with all this like I don't know shit and cheese and like chicken McNuggets that I'd eaten when I was like 12. And
It's
I just want to and it just like it feels good though because it's like when we get this stuff out of our body, it's like out of our mind and our spirit too. And just like it was kind of like a reminder and wake up call at that moment to like remind myself to stay on this path and like definitely I'm glad to be on here with you to be reminded about the enzymes too. My friend Chevy actually just did the 12-hour a couple of days ago, and she's been doing really good and just been like encouraging other people to have these enzymes too because I'm in another business. So with the enzymes and like ZenCleanz, I had wanted to be an affiliate a long time ago, but I didn't know that I could. And so now I became one, and because that's really what I feel like people need, you know? And I'm a part of this other company, this superfoods company called Purium. I don't know if you've heard of it or not. And it's really great. Like they have enzymes too, but it's like no, like zero doesn't compare whatsoever, like at all. And I don't know, it's just interesting that you reached out to me in the time that you did because I really do feel like everyone needs to have these enzymes and experience them and get them out into the world. So thank you for doing this and for reaching out to
No, go
me.
ahead.
I was just saying, I'm just constantly being reminded of how good they are. I still have like little clicks here and then of like how good they are. And then I'll be like, I'll look at my friend and be like, I want to get some enzymes or like, we need to get some enzymes.
Were there, have you noticed any like big changes after doing several of the intestinal cleanses? Like what physical shifts did you experience?
Honestly, I've done a couple of the intestinal, but what I've found that I like the most personally is like using them every day. Like having a shot or two of the liquid enzymes, like swishing them around in my mouth really well, making sure I'm having warm water afterwards. What did you say? Yeah, yeah. My friend's in the background who likes them too, and he wanted to add with intermittent fasting, and then also like the black vacuum every day, and the quantum particles every day, and the fiber crystals every day. Like just having those consistently every day, because I really like, I really feel like consistency is like the most important, and like having them every day, and then every once in a while. I've done one of the rainbow cleanses and one of the liver. The liver was amazing. Liver cleanses are always challenging for me, but like this, yeah, yeah. This one was amazing though, and I had a bunch of stones come out and felt amazing. I always feel like the most amazing after doing liver cleanses. Like, whoa.
You feel reborn, literally reborn,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
empty. How did you feel that feeling of emptiness in your
Oh,
experience?
it feels so good. It feels so good. It was with the liver cleanse that I felt like the most empty with the liver cleanse. It just is a feeling of a contentness, and finally have the things out of me that were causing me dis-ease. It just feels good to be empty. I feel calm and like I was gonna say accomplished. And it feels good to feel like that. Yeah, I wanted to add too that like I really like when you were talking about how you were connecting with the consciousness of the enzymes, just how magical that is, just because like you're communicating with them and then letting them into your body and then like almost kind of like becoming like one of them in the world and like reaching out to people like me, and it's like there's this like I don't know, in my imagination, which imagination is real, this like connection between like what's going on with your body and like connecting with mine to like I don't know, like part of my I'm just really grateful that you reached out to me and that like you're a living enzyme.
Inspiring. But did you feel like the inspiration for life after your cleanses, or even like during your cleanse? Like oftentimes I'll get that like being of inspiration.
It just for me mostly just feels really satisfying to get things out that I don't need. It just makes me feel really inspired to get things out that I don't need and to bring that awareness to me, to myself about it's absolutely inspiring to keep doing more though. Yeah. And it's a journey. It's a one to be patient with, just patient and consistent.
Yeah.
And remember, it's good to remember to remember them, remember the enzymes, remember they're there to help. Yeah.
Which
It's
is what
like when you
cancer
add,
is.
it's like when you add light, the darkness just disappears, you know, and then if you walk into a dark room and you turn the light on, it's all gone. Just like add the stuff that you want and then there won't be room.
Like what is conscious living to you? That's my question.
Yeah, conscious living to me is living in prayer and being grateful for what I have and who I am and remembering who I am and putting that into practice. And remembering that the greatest way that I can help people is to raise my own vibration and send love to them, to everyone impersonally. Um, yeah. What do I do? I this morning I walked outside and looked for lily kois on the ground. Because I've been eating like a lot of fruits, and I also do meditation with a group of people. I also get on calls like this and share with you, and I also help people with gut health with Purium and just helping people to get away from eating the standard American diet, which is a big deal. I feel that I have a cleanse to offer to people that are kind of in that realm of living, which is unfortunately the most people right now. But that's changing really quickly with this mission. And yeah, coming here to reignite my remember the enzymes, to put them into practice and continue to share because they sell themselves. Like, if I share anything, I barely even have to say anything, and I have people messaging me like, "What's going on? What is this?" So, being kind of remembered that I want to share, continue to share these enzymes with people, and yeah, that's what I'm doing and
Beautiful.
other little things all throughout the day, little good thoughts and meditations, but that's what I have for words.
I love